All right, so I have watched the final three episodes of Primal, episodes 8, 9, and 10, and I am here to do a review. So if you do not want to be spoiled, please click away now, go watch Primal. But if you are okay, we are going to go right into spoiler territory. So this is my review of the last three episodes of Primal, season 3. Now, it's well documented in the previous videos that I have had a couple problems with this season. I think that um, having Zombie Spear basically kind of took away a lot of what it took away the heart of the show a little bit because Spear's emotional reactions were a lot of what carried the show, and separating him from his family was definitely something that was it left a lot to be desired. And essentially that was the story, was him trying to regain himself and get back to his family. And so in episode 8 we see that Spear is after that he and Mira reunite with Fang and her two I guess I don't want to say puppies, they're like dinosaur dinosaur babies. um, Basically they go back to the village, and nobody accepts Zombie Spear because Zombie Spear is threatening. He's scary. He's intimidating. He's not human. He's uncanny. Uncanny Valley, basically. So Spear then goes off on his own and he traverses all throughout the land, and he comes across these people called the Black River people, and they're like these monkeys with like purple skin and white fur, and they have this fighting pit with a bunch of lava and a volcano in the background, and they have fighting. They have like fighting tournaments basically where the winner becomes the king of the Black River people, and so essentially Zombie Spear unknowingly traverses and walks into their territory, and he ends up fighting their king, and he kills the leader and takes their crown. Meanwhile, the pregnant Mira in the uh, in the village is giving birth to her child. It's she's giving birth to what would essentially be her and Spear's daughter. Um, and at this time, I think Spear starts to become more aware and awakened to the fact that Mira is pregnant, because every time Spear beats an enemy in this pit, he is fed the Black River goo, which I believe is the same substance, the same goo from season 1, where the gorillas were taking it to empower themselves and become like giant, like the Hulk. And so Spear is offered this goo to replenish himself. He gets bigger, he gets a little bit smarter, he starts healing. The green skin on his body starts to turn more tan, more natural, and he starts reviving. It turns out that the goo of the Black River is actually healing him and bringing him back as a human, bringing him back to reality. And we get to see a differently drawn Spear, but still essentially the same Spear. He's being brought back to life slowly with every victory. He's still got the bone hand, but essentially that will ultimately get healed eventually. Um, and this is where I started to be like, okay, maybe my criticisms were a little bit too early because I didn't want to say that this show was going off the rails. It's just with how season 2 ended, I was led to believe that Spear was going to die regardless. And we later find out that's not the case. And I was wondering, well, this is probably going to have a season 4 so that we could wrap up Spear's story. Well, turns out that once Spear gets fully recovered in episode 9, he starts wanting to look for his family. He starts beating enemies in the pit while taking the crown, and he takes pieces of his enemies. Like one enemy's long hair, he takes a little bit of hair. He takes one enemy's spear and takes the hair and puts it into the spearhead and makes a little doll for his daughter. And he has visions and dreams of his daughter while he's on the battlefield. And that was a more kooky and more unexpected part of the show that I thought was going to really derail it, but it didn't derail it, which was good. And essentially, Spear then tries to make it a goal to get out of the Black River society and go find his family, while basically, Fang and her two babies and Mira and her daughter are trying to go and find Spear. Now, I think, yeah, I got to take it with a grain of salt because it's a cartoon. Obviously, there's things that we have to sort of take with a grain of salt. But personally, there ain't no reason that baby should have survived out in the wilderness, even with a giant dinosaur protecting her. There just ain't no way. But I'm glad that they didn't kill the baby. Okay, I'm glad they did not, you know, end that baby early on. That we've seen enough of that in this show. We've seen enough babies get killed in this show. Okay, I just don't want to see any more. Um, and so it was good to see that. But Fang gets encountered by this like werewolf creature that's attacking them in the forest. Nearly kills Mira. Nearly kills the baby, and it injures Fang really bad. But once Spear is able to get more human to where he's able to draw his memories onto a wall like a caveman onto the stone, the Black River people, the Black River monkeys, essentially are like, okay, he's getting more conscious. He's not going to want to be king for very long. So he starts rejecting their crown. Every time he beats a new person in the pit, he rejects their crown. And so they try and offer him one of their people for sexual advances, and Spear rejects it. Spear's like, I don't want to be with this one of the Black River people. I want to be with my family. So he runs away on a pterodactyl to try and find his family. This is where we get to episode 10, where uh, Spear is reunited with Fang and Mira and the two babies and ultimately his daughter. And he looks normal. He's brought back. He reunites for a proper reunion. It's Spear in the flesh properly. No pet cemetery, no zombie, nothing. Just genuine family reunion. And it was sweet. It's one of the things that made me feel like, wow, maybe I was wrong about the earlier episodes. Maybe I was judging a little bit too soon. And I was starting to think at that point that, well, maybe this show is about to end again, and not the best way, but we're going to see, right? So after the commercial break, the Black River people find Spear and bring him back to the pit. This time, the leader of the Black River people, that's not the king, but more like a magi, right? She's holding Spear's daughter while Spear is chained inside of the pit, and they give the black goo to Fang, Mira, and her babies, making them uncontrollable Hulk-like monsters. And Spear is forced to fight them to the death. Unfortunately, it becomes very complex. It becomes a complex situation because he needs to fight them, but he has to prevent them from killing each other. Meanwhile, a volcano is erupting in the background, making it even more difficult. But long story short, Spear is able to rescue his baby and miraculously save his baby from sudden death. He manages to use his daughter as sort of a way to bring Mira back from, she lost her humanity while she took that black goo. So he managed to bring her back consciously, basically, because the baby was crying, because Mira had accidentally cut her forehead and hurt the baby. So then she hears her baby screams and she starts, depowering and coming back to reality. Kind of like the Hulk turning into Bruce Banner again, right? So now the goal was to get them all safe and turn Fang and her babies back from this black goo, which was going to be hard because they're wild dinosaurs. So ultimately, pain from the lava coming up from under the ground, hitting the babies, Fang's babies, turned them back pretty quickly. Fang was not going to be so easy because Fang is a bigger dinosaur, so they couldn't just hit her with lava and change her back. Ultimately, it took a lot more, but she does come back. And then we get a brief moment where I was like, I had one little happy nerd tear where I saw Fang come back and rescue Spear. And just as the lava was erupting, she pulls Spear up right before he was about to be thrown into the lava. Spear jumps on her back, and then we see them pose. He's got the spear up in the air. He's riding Fang again. And I was just like, I'm a happy son bitch. I'm just a happy, mushy son bitch right now. Because that hit me right in the feels, man. That hit me right in the feels. It felt good. And ultimately, the entire family survives and they make it back to the village. And this is where the ultimate revelation happens. We see the same season finale from season 2. where we see the Fang and her babies have grown up, and Spear and Mira's daughter has grown up, and Mira's there, much like how we saw at the end of season 2. However, Genndy Tartakovsky brilliantly, and I can't praise him enough for this, brilliantly retconned season 2 to include Spear as a present father in his young daughter's life. And the show ends with a happy family. I might have had my problems with this show or this season in particular because of the loopholes you have to go through to bring Spear back. But the fact that they kind of went full circle and not just brought him back, but brought him back to life in a way that matters, and refurbished him and made his full self and not just a zombie, while still capitalizing on the rule of cool that is zombie Spear and what that brought, and then making him a part of his daughter's life. Like, I can't be more happy with that creative decision. And it makes me be like, if Primal is canceled tomorrow and we never see a season 4, then I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. This is a better ending than season 2. 100% better ending than season 2. I would have preferred it ended like that. And the fact that they decided to go through with it like this to make it end like that, it makes me a happy son of a bitch. So I will say this. Genndy Tartakovsky has said in the past that he is open to a season 4. He's open to doing more seasons. It's only a matter of, whether the network wants it, whether there's demand for it, whether there's viewership that, can bring more people back. Personally, for me, if they do more seasons, I'm not going to be opposed to it. I can't doubt Genndy Tartakovsky. The man is brilliant. He's one of the few like true auteurs, like artists that are still going. They're like just good at their work, right? Not many people like that in Hollywood anymore. And so I would not be opposed to a season 4 or 5. But if we never get it, if Primal is never renewed and we never get another season of Primal, I am going to be fully happy with the decisions that were made there. So, as I have said before, and I will stand by it, Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal is fresh media. It is 100% fresh media, and I cannot recommend it enough. So, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, Primal Season 3 is done, and I'm a happy son of a bitch.